Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this new lecture of the Fabrica Creative Labs. My name is Angela Quintavalle, and I'm speaking to you from Fabrica, a communication research center founded in 1994 from an idea of the Italian entrepreneur Luciano Benetton. For more than 25 years, Fabrica has been training young creative talents under 25 from all over the world, offering them a residency during which they develop communication projects in fields like design, graphic design, photography, video, music, and digital. I'm very happy today to introduce you our guests, Gabriele Schiavon and Gerard Sanmartí, two dear friends of Fabrica, where they actually met more than 20 years ago. Gabriele and Gerard are co-founders of La Granja, a multidisciplinary design studio based in Barcelona with offices in Singapore and Istanbul. At La Granja, they work for corporate, residential, restaurants, projects in fields like interior design, product design, landscape architecture, and furniture. For them, design must be an aid to company and brands, and for each project, they customize a precise strategy. So each project is unique. So very welcome, Gabriele and Gerard. If you have any questions for them, you can use the Q&A section of this webinar. Hello, guys. How are you?
Perfect. Thank you.
Ciao. This is Gerard.
Gabriele.
Okay, here we are. Now let me wait a second. Let's see if I'm able to share the screen. And as soon as I'm okay with the screen, we can start talking. I cannot do two things at a time. I'm not prepared for that.
Me too.
I guess here we are. I hope you can see our screen. And Angela, can you not say if it's visible or not? Are we ready? Okay, so yes. Let's try. Yes, that's good.
Yes,
fantastic.
Perfect. We can see you guys. Welcome.
Okay, so just a couple of words before we start with the images. This is not a lecture, and that's true. So we're not going to teach you anything. I mean, it's more entertainment than it is knowledge. If you want, it's a bit of infotainment. So we not going to explain you the project. If you want to learn about what we do, you can have a look at the website. Since we were given the opportunity, we put together 20 years we've been working from La Granja, actually from 98 when we started and we met together at Fabrica. And going backward, we select some images and we're going to comment the images. So if there is something you don't understand, that's perfectly normal. And if you don't understand, there are two reasons. First one, because we're not going to explain. And the second one, because our English is bad. So sometimes we're going to go for Spanish or Italian or whatever. So now at this point, yes, we can start. We are a group of people. We're not just Gerard and myself. And it's not a design firm of one creative person. So here is a fantastic photo a friend took a couple of years ago, maybe more than a couple of years, where you can find as a butler, Jose, which is our head architect, and you have a dead body here, kind of dead on the right, which is Maria, which has been with us from the very beginning. Our partner Tunga, which is the waiter, and from Istanbul, and there is Gemma that was in Hong Kong, and of course underneath the chair you find Gerard and the chicken which is chasing him. Actually, I'm chasing the chicken. So I'm showing you this because for us this is extremely important. And that is something that's like that since the times in Fabrica. No, we realized that we could go faster, but we want to go far, and we go together. There was an amazing T-shirt that Marco Morosini did back in 98, 99 at Fabrica, and was expressing exactly that concept. We're not a game on everything all the time. So we're a group of people, and somebody goes go on one direction, and there is always someone else going on a different direction. But that we think is the important part of what we do, and it's enriching our project and adding different visions to them.
This is an amazing landscape, amazing picture of a new coming project that is arriving. Now, probably with this pandemic, it comes very slowly, but this is in Ngorongoro, Tanzania.
Okay, it's a project that didn't happen yet because 2020 has been for all of us something a bit crazy. And we were having a lot of Zoom, exactly like we're doing right now, but we were doing among us colleagues at the office. And so we were getting so bored that during the meeting, we were drawing more than exactly working. So here I wanted you to see these images because this is the first physical bank for a digital currency. So it's the very first bank for Bitcoins. Since it's for Bitcoins, this is a project we finalized just last year. It's a digital currency, and we decided to work with robots. We brought the robots over there, and all the pieces, they're fabricated with a digital fabrication. We never done that before on large scale, and we had a lot of fun doing it. But the screens, the tables, many, many different elements, let's say all of the singular elements. And sometimes you're able to do interesting projects because your client is an interesting person. In this case, we had the chance to work with Wences Casares, which is the founder of that bank, of Chapo Bank, and was fantastic because we were exactly on the same wavelength and we had the chance to do such an amazing project. This is something completely different. We finalized it last year. And for us, it's a collaborative project. We were asked to design a hotel in a golf course, and we invited some very good illustrators. One is Ricard Jorge, and the other one, maybe you know him better, is Emiliano Ponzi from Italy, and we asked them to draw. We're not going to show you the hotel, but yes, we're going to show you another piece, which is a collaborative piece we did. The area where the hotel is located is Ampurdà, which is near Girona, near France on the coast, and is a land that is full of clay. So we decided to do, instead of like covering a wall, we decided to do an art piece that was collaborative. So we invited all of the guests of the golf course to shoot at the clay that was still fresh, was still humid. And then we dried that, we put into an oven, and that's a testimony of a collaborative piece done exactly by the members of the golf club.
This is another interesting project that we did in Barcelona. This is a new generation office. So now the people, this is people from Dubai, every part of the world, every corner of the world, they join, they choose Barcelona for a headquarters, and then we designed a crazy office. This is a new generation people that is growing up. This is a piece of lamp. Is like a jewelry, comes for a candy inspiration, and this is a lamp super long. This is more than 20 meters. It's like a sculpture.
It's for a house in Kuala Lumpur, no?
It's a private house, yes.
A private house in Malaysia.
Yes, so we designed here in Barcelona, and then we export the piece to Malaysia. And this is for the same project, but this is a table lamp. And in that case, we designed with the glass of Prague. A Prague glass is a Bohemian glass. It's not
it's not Murano. This is not made in Italy.
From Murano glass, we did another pieces before, and then we wanted to discover new.
So these two are projects of unfinished product, no? There
we
are some custom-made products we're doing for a interior design project.
It's just one unique piece, so we don't commercialize this.
Okay, then 2020 has been a year of personal projects. While I was when we were locked down, when I designed my new house, 2019 was busy.
When the opening party will be?
Okay,
Sorry, because your house is very nice, but I want to.
We want to have a party. We cannot have a party yet. You're all invited if you find it.
Sure, I will share to you his private address, and then you can go for a beer in a surprise way. Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
2019.
This is more hotel projects that we are running on. So this is some sketches. So we trying to never do renderings if it's possible, and then we express ourselves by sketches. And the skies is one of the Ngorongoro, another one is Thailand, Phuket, and the other one is Dubai. Fortunately, this last one will lock down because that project will not proceed because crisis, but the other two will go on.
So 19 has been a year of very, very large scale project.
Yeah.
There are some are expired and some other that will happen.
Yeah.
And then here there is another very large scale project. We're not gonna explain you detail. There were 3 hotels. And here instead is a large office for a big corporation, the Turkish petrol, selling gas and all that. It's an office for 1,000 people. Okay, you just have a look. We're not going to comment this very much. We just want you to have an idea of the thing. And then we had a lot of coffees in 2019, or better. Here there is a story that I would like to explain. Even from very, very bad clients, you can get something interesting. Is a client we disagreed on many things, but then in exchange to our work, he was producing for us some coffee cup. So we designed the coffee cup with the idea that, I'm Italian and I've been living abroad for something like 25 years. And I was never served here in Spain a correct espresso or a correct ristretto. So we designed a cup with some grooving in the inside. And those grooving, they're telling the bartender, was the size of bright coffee. 2019, we got many years to go still. We designed a Michelin star restaurant for a friend of ours. He wanted to call the restaurant Pure because we're serving just the best ingredient, almost raw, not raw, but kind of untouched, no sauces. And he wanted to celebrate the product. We thought that the best way, we're not decorator, and the best way to celebrate the product was, we thought, casting the best products into plaster. And so we started collecting ingredients and casting and casting and casting. And the only decoration element inside the restaurant are those pure and white molds that, as you can see, at a certain point, we went a bit crazy. This is my former house. Now it's part of the office as well. And we arrived producing more than 200.
This is another case of personal products. This is with glass balls that we usually play here in Spain when we are kids. And then we recover these elements for a new function. This is a very nice light diffuser. And then so it's with a personal touch at the end. So if we can do it by ourselves, it's a self-made, we're a self-made team at the end. So if we prefer to do it by our hands than buy something and then add to the projects.
This was a small detail for a big hotel on the sea,
Sure.
On the coast here near Barcelona.
Yeah,
the hotel is big. You can look at it on the website.
You can check on the website, yeah. Now, at the end is the attitude of the project. So if you start a project with everything is under control, it's boring. So everything has to provoke an accident in a casual way. So every accident controlled is an excuse to learn something, right? So it's every project that we have the same attitude in every project. It not depends of the scale and location.
This was for the same hotel,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
So on the lobby.
Yeah, it's in front. Is in front of the sea with the sea atmosphere. So we combine technology with the arts,
craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship, exactly.
17.
So,
What do we have in 17?
so this is another, it's office. This is a urban project. It's a school, a university, private university, and then we design. It was existing old building, and then was this nice part of a stair. It was a stair, and then was a big space in the center, and then we occupied with a lamp. The group is called Planeta, and then so we imagine a band of planets aligned that build a lamp at the end. So it's a skills.
So here the planets, they aligned.
Exactly.
So we renovated the old building, but we really like this part, which is the old part as well. 17, then you'll discover that we have a furniture brand as well. And we like photography, we like playing with images. And so for the first time, we were taking care of the visual identity and the advertising of our furniture brand. And in this case, we designed some pieces that were extremely light, made very, very light aluminum. And that's why we wanted to play, and we created those images. This is something completely different. And the other reason is a office for a tobacco company in Istanbul. We don't want to, as Gerard just said, we want to use the project as an excuse to make something we like. In this case, we decided, since it was a tobacco company, of work with a couple of photographers, friend of ours, and a friend of us, in this case was Elena, that made a lot of portraits of hands smoking.
And sometimes we moved to architecture and volume projects. So this was a very, very exciting project. It was a stick house making wood in Malaysia. Unfortunately, at the end, the project is stopped, but we trust that we'll move ahead in the future.
2016. This is interesting.
Yeah, this is a Toshiba project that came to us to create a new process of new concepts of kettles, air conditioning,
small appliances,
exactly.
No? Vacuum clean,
everything. And then that was the final project that it was made in ceramic and how to bring a kettle to the common table, the dining table at the end. So it was very interesting.
We like, for a simple reason, that the kettle is an object that you would never take to the table. And so we designed so that there could be an object that you could feel proud to take when you have guests coming for tea.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big project. We did the previous one for Toshiba in Japan, in Tokyo. And this is a project we designed, a small architecture, not even small. We designed in Singapore, in front of the sea, in the Sentosa Island. And we did the whole project just to save 2 trees that were over there on the beach. And so here you have an image of the building and the 2 trees. You can see the trees. One is a forest tree and the other one is a mahogany. And the building, the way it looks from the beach. So whenever we have the chance, we try to work with friends and with great designers. In this case was Javier Mariscal, a famous illustrator and designer from Barcelona, actually from Valencia. And he did all the graphic image and a lot of illustration for the project. And over there you have Enrique, which is painting on the elevator box. And then we work with old friends and we make new friends while we're doing the project. So the peacocks were coming every day and we had them following the construction of the building.
This was an office for a startup in Barcelona. And what the most interesting part of this project was the process of work. So it was work in progress and we did models, sketches, and then we didn't need any renderings. And the case was a success project. And then So we are very satisfied with the concept. So for example, this company doesn't have any receptionist and anyone that says welcome. Just so it's like the new companies works. And then we created a new concept behind that, and was the bar receptionist. So we create a bar where the people comes and says hello to the people and takes the first coffee and the last beer before go home. So it's a new concept that we reply in the new offices. Is called receptionist.
Barception is becoming a boom here. We've been requested to do Barception in many other projects.
Exactly. If you need a
Barception,
call us. And then, so is the first boxes of our, is an inner circle business, because we sell our chairs in our project. So that's the only way to be rich, to have some money.
Rich. Huh? Listen, it's the only way we found to design what we like.
Rich.
So finally, at least now we can design what we like and we put into in our project. So we're the first deliver boxes.
Exactly. This is a funny project in Hong Kong. So from the sketch to reality is an apartment. So it's easy. And some decoration that are hard only. So we are not great in decorations in a wall. This is a pieces to decorate the space, but at the end, so it's nice to see and nice to do, but at the end is not our specialty.
I think we're really bad, and sometimes we're so bad. They even ask us to design things like shoes.
Yeah. But every project is a new challenge at the end. So is our chicken is a pet, is a present that is not alive.
No, it's not alive.
It's not alive, but is close us is for a long time, by the way.
It was given to us by some friends and clients when we moved into this office, the one you see behind us. And then as well, there is something, we're from Fabrica. We've always been taking pictures and we like to take pictures. So here you will see a lot of pictures of us along the years.
You know probably some of you that La Granja means farm. And then from Fabrica to the farm, and then this was a casual. So we have to explain to everybody the same history.
So the chicken and the hen, they're with us from the very beginning.
Exactly.
It's our pet.
Exactly.
And here we have more pets.
Yeah. At the end, we love animals. And this is a campaign to promote the first campaign to promote our furniture with La Granja Collection is the name of the firm. And we did this real. This is not a photo montage. So it's a real animals with the real pieces, furniture pieces, and then the experience was very nice at the end. Is how difficult it is to do pictures with real animals. So because they doesn't stop to move, no? And the light and everything. So it was a very great experience.
Okay, so we've been talking about our furniture brand, and here you have is the web page.
Exactly.
You can have a look to it if you want. But for us, apart from designing furniture, the thing we really enjoyed is that we were taking care of the whole image of the company. So here you have some examples and oh my goodness.
Yeah, this was a show, a conference, a lecture that we did in Hong Kong time ago, and it was a show. We got a lot of fun. So it's the way how to explain at the end the designs is the same get the same importance as the contents, right?
As you can see, we're very serious designers. We always just wear black and we never make jokes. And that's why we go on stage like that.
Yeah.
This is another project. This is a project we did in Istanbul, in the Şişli neighborhood. We renewed a very old factory, beer factory, and we did breweries and restaurants, a very commercial project, very popular. It actually became super popular in Istanbul, like best spot on Time Out's opinion, whatever. But we're not going to tell you about the project. You see there is plenty of pictures on the wall. And yes, this is something probably we got from the Times in Fabrica, and the client wanted to call the brewery populist. And we said, if it's populist, then we're gonna go down in the street and just take pictures of the people in the street, where they are, and gonna hang on the wall. So we've been around Istanbul street for more than a week, chasing people, amazing characters, and their faces, they're on the wall. But for me, this is another time. One thing we always say is at the office, each project has inside a lot of projects, and it's just up to you. You have to make the client happy and give something of what he wants, but then you have to make yourself happy and try to do the things that are inspiring you, the things you want to do, and have a good time while doing the project. And Gerard had a very good time doing this, I guess.
We spent a lot of time in traveling to Hong Kong, Singapore is the other side of the world. And then always we did the same question, is how to justify all this time and energy that you spend traveling around the world at the end to design something, right? In that case was a design. We started with interior design of this as apartments, and then after we designed some sculptures, and then so at the end, so is a self discussion, internal discussion, that how to justify your action, your attitude. No, it's always is breaking the borders and your mind borders and non-stop learning. No.
As you can see, we're not showing you much of our interior design. We're showing just those details, those pieces we had fun doing.
That building is called Riviera, that is in front of the sea again, and blah, blah. So it's a storytelling behind, of course. And this was funny because it was a party, and then they asked to everyone to bring a hat. And then I said, okay, so we are traveling to Hong Kong just for this party because it was a special party of 70 years of the anniversary of the company, blah, blah, blah. Say, okay, I will bring a hat, but I will bring something else. And I really don't know if it looks like a torero, a bullfighter, or a mariachi, but at the end, so the client's still happy, and then we're still working for them. So
despite the costume, despite the costume.
And this was a shoe store, and the most interesting thing of that project is probably the pieces that we use it to decorate and to use in the space. Nothing else to say.
More picture of us. I mean, the time is passing. Just 2014, we have to speed up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been asked to design the Christmas light for the Paseo de Gracia, which is the main street Barcelona, where the two buildings from Gaudí are. And therefore, we decided to steal from Gaudí, from his models. And we did the Christmas lights in the shape of the models Gaudí was making. Then, we designed some Catalan restaurants in Singapore again. And so as a foreigner, for me, it's very fast to see what is typical from here in Barcelona. The design, the folklore, the objects. And so I decided to go for all of the topics, all of them, from the donkey to Champla. And then what is really nice is that here there is a tradition of making big heads for the street festival. So finally I got mine as well. And I'm super proud of it. And it's there in Hong Kong Street in Singapore. And another thing we really liked, it was about topics, and here people to play domino a lot. They decided to cover the whole bar counter with the domino tile. We needed a new lamp in the office, and it's there. You can see it over there, and it's Enrique who's mounting it. More restaurant with goods in Barcelona in 2013, and let's go. 2013 was the terrible year, no?
I don't remember, it's time ago, so we are getting old, man. So this is It was probably one of the competitions that we won, no? It was
Yes,
for
yes.
swimming medal, the world
Swimming World Championship.
ship, exactly, in Barcelona.
And we win the contest to design the medals.
We have to run a bit
faster.
Fast.
We had a lot of time.
In Hong Kong, with our business partner in Hong Kong, Gemma.
And we were making a lot of drawings because we didn't have many clients that year because the crisis of 2008 here in Spain arrived later.
This is a project in Istanbul.
Yes, as you can see, we still draw a lot. 2012, this is interesting because you saw the armchair before.
Yeah, this was a project called Chicken Basic, and was not a big investment, of course, with the young people behind. And then there was a project was talking about 70s, the tourism in 70s in
It was
Spain,
an hotel, no?
a hotel. Yes.
And what happened?
And we start the basic chair that we start the company called La Granja Collection as the origin of.
Yes, because the client didn't want to spend money for the chairs and sofas, and we were not. He wanted to put some Chinese copy. If there is any Chinese, we're fine, but we don't like copies. And so we designed a new chair within the very low budget he had.
Exactly.
And then what happened?
A drama, no?
A drama. Yes, the chair.
After the success comes drama. If you are ready, so it's a good experience. So it was. So the chair was getting success on the blogs, and Starbucks came to us, and they bought, I don't know, more than 100 for
Norway and
Sweden, blah, 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 and they start to broke. We start to broke because we didn't test it for a contract use. I mean, so we tested for a hotel use, and we got the control. But at the end, when you sell many, so you got a responsibility that we did.
So we had to change them all, kind of.
Exactly.
And at this point, we didn't know if we were to give them back the money and forget about producing anything or doing it seriously. As you saw, we have a company now, and we found a nice partner, a dear friend.
For a big problems, you get big solutions at the end. So we got, we started a new company, a company with a new partner, and they carry it. We control the design, and they control the commercialization and distribution and everything, fabrication and everything.
And so since we're going back in time, this is where we first arrived in Istanbul, and we loved the city, and then there were projects coming.
Some exhibitions for Médicos Sin Fronteras, Somalia, some exhibitions for
Spanish government,
very casual, very fresh, and these are proud of. And some projects more sophisticated, for example, this in China is amazing. This is a luxury shopping mall made with the flooring, with a brass flooring polished by hand, piece by piece. It's amazing. So it's
like a watch, no?
Like a watch, exactly. It was the watch galleria, luxury watch galleria.
2011. What happened in 2011? Again more Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. So I don't know how to in English. The mano de obra barata is so the workers are not expensive. And then, so if you use them for do something unusual, it is the excuse to do something interesting there. So in that case, every wooden button was tinted in different colors, but at the end on the picture you cannot appreciate that. Curve the wooden with a very careful way. So at the end, so it's the kind of things that in Europe is difficult to produce.
Labor extensive, and that we were able to do it, no?
Exactly.
And then during that year, we were art directing a furniture company and doing many pieces, very, very simple. But this was more or less at that time the kind of image we like.
was a very interesting project. So this is a toll, no? Is a highway toll concept that disappeared the traditional coverting, and then so the idea that you pass through. This project is more than 10 years old, so and still alive. So in that case, we started to do the prototype, and finally we stopped this because
they stopped
this because appears another free flow. That the free flow is that you don't go through the tolls at the end.
But they paid the bill, and so we were able to move from a former office to the one we're right now.
Exactly.
As you see, so it's a very nice building. It's a former chocolate factory, biscuit factory.
We are very proud of
our space. And at that time, we thought that the best thing to do, which is what we cannot do right now.
We did a lot of parties. Every year, Carnival party is our favorite. So by the way,
you're invited.
Just 10 years, man. We have to go faster.
10 years. So we have to rush. Big building for the city council, no?
Yes. So we convert industrial building in a creative building for entrepreneurs. Hong Kong.
2010 is when we landed in Hong Kong.
Exactly. This is a project for a private client in Germany that they support us with.
But the story is not the private client. The story is this was a grant for us because it was 2009 crisis, 2010, and this family commissioned to us 3 projects. They paid 3 projects in 1.5 years, and we didn't realize any. But it was like Fabrica for us, a very nice grant. 2009.
No, but we did more things, absolutely. But when we collected all images, probably this is a synthesis, no? It's a picture of but we did more things. So
kind of random, yes.
Yes, at the end. This is a very awarded project.
Among the very few awards we got, because we designed this for the city of Barcelona for a company here, and was a bicycle rack back in 2010. There were none.
But it was applied to so many. At the end, has awards, but
the mayor was giving us a prize. They were super happy, and parties and everything. And this we love, as we told you. La Granja means farm. And at that point, I think we were young and talented designers, and so they were inviting around for lectures like today, but we were in better shape. And
so this was for a book. This picture was for a book.
We were designing nice chairs for a nice company called Santecole. And what we like of this chair is that was the first one using recycled plastic and wood fibers back in 2009.
We are very proud of this chair because it was copied many times for Chinese companies and in a very bad way. So this is probably the piece that we are more proud.
Yes, and the table, the original table, this table we probably sold 4 or 5, one to my mother because it's really expensive. The company produced in a very expensive way. But you can enter each and every furniture shop here in Barcelona, and they have a different copy of it. Yeah. So of this, we're very proud.
But the chair is very nice.
Okay, this is something you don't want to see, and it's a piece of advice. Don't send any invitation, any Christmas card when you're drunk. If you went out for a nice lunch and you had a lot of bottles of wine, don't do anything in the afternoon, because then you can end up doing these kind of things.
In that time, we've been 5 people, but now we are more. Now
we're a lot of people. 2008.
It was a nice chair for a nice company, but at the end, nothing.
We sold 20.
Yes, it's the kind of things that you cannot control. It was a conference chair. Very light chair, but at the end doesn't work.
We're super happy, no?
Yeah, it was with a very high-end finishes with the leather and very so. aluminium.
So big flop, big flop.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're called to design even trophies. No,
Yeah.
you have one here. We can talk a lot, but basically the thing is that we wanted to do it with carbon fiber like rockets, and okay, whatever.
This nice trophy.
This is beautiful.
This is another. It's a pavilion in a port in Barcelona.
Like a urban sculpture, no?
Exactly.
That was commissioned
Made with tiles.
by the Spanish Association of Tile Manufacturers.
Ceramics. Yeah. So we started with a model, and then we developed in a very simple way.
And we were so happy of the result that we decided to take a portrait as well.
Exactly.
Like rock stars, it looks like a Kraftwerk. And let's see. 2007, what do we have in 2007? More trophies.
Cinema trophy for young people that.
Yeah, it was a first digital cinema contest.
Exactly.
And we wanted to go back to the very, very origin of cinema, as you can see here.
Exactly.
And this is the
second.
Something.
This is the second office. So the picture is
terrible.
It's terrible because it's like and young designers that feel like stars wants to take the attention and potential.
So don't send invitation cards or Christmas cards. And don't take these kind of pictures.
Is the perfect of designer victim, not design the perfect.
Let's remove it. We didn't want to show you, but if we can tell something, just think twice before doing things like that.
No, that's part of the process.
2006, we were younger, we were asked to design the Gaudí Museum in Santa Pedrera. You see the Pedrera plans here. It was very complicated, and we spent 2 years working on it, all the different displays and then the different cases. And most of the work we did is invisible. We spent a lot of time to make those cases the smallest possible. And we made hundreds of drawings and hundreds of models and hundreds of things. Was the year of the invisible things, right?
Yeah, yes.
Like
this was a very nice product, but born in a wrong time. So LED was starting to. This Ptolomeo lamp is the best one, and this cannot.
This arrived late.
Arrive late, no, very late.
Very late.
Very
super
late.
Super late. And this is the dog that Gerard and Gemma, they were walking in Hong Kong. And this is something we did as a Christmas gift. And then we were selling in Vinson. Vinson was the best shop in Barcelona. Now that it's not there anymore.
Every year we try to design some piece for Christmas gift to our friends and clients, and this was one.
It was called Laika.
Laika,
by the way. Yeah. 2005. What happened in 2005? Ooh.
This is the best product that we designed ever, right? It's still on shops, no?
Yes, it's still there after 15 years. It's a lamp we designed for Foscarini. We're not going to bother you. Look how young we were. And amazing. Well, you can find still. And this is just before doing the Gaudí Museum, we were doing some franchise for fast food.
From that product, from that shop, we start designing the first product.
Our first chair, no?
Our first
in wood.
In wood.
2003 and 4, I think we didn't work much, but we had a lot of fun. We were making huge models.
This was the first studio in Lagrange Street. Lagrange.
That was a discotheque. At that time, we were making very big models.
Yeah.
And taking pictures with the analog cameras.
It's the technique that we use it in Fabrica when we've been in Fabrica, by the way. So when we've been with Gabriele in Fabrica, we didn't use any rendering.
Just big models and pictures. And well, we were doing some cutlery. We were doing some bottles for wines and labels and things like that. And we were taking a lot of pictures because we had a lot of time.
Exactly.
And 2002 was the great year. We did the last project in Fabrica, in and out. I mean, we're in and out. Gerard was here, then he came back to Italy, and we've been working for 1.5 years on a big museum in Mantova, an exhibition that was called La Celeste Galleria. Of course, we didn't know how to do such a project. And we had an idea, we wanted to make the painting floating in light. And with that idea, we've been working 1.5 years. And here you have endless list. And then we reproduce in scale the different paintings, because when they give you a book, you don't know how big is a painting. So then we were playing with them, cutting them, and as you can see in the images, we were locating them into the models, and the time was passing very fast. And then all the technical to make the painting really flying in light. And then that was the building from Giulio Romano. And 2001 was, we were painting our first office, you know, very glamorous. We were the Renaissance painting, Renaissance painting and wall painting. Yeah. You see the wall painting? I was green. It was
here. How old? 25. I
don't know. Yeah. 28. And the year before, just before the painting, wall painting, and before the Renaissance, what we decided to open an office together is we kind of won a contest to design a tree house in Hawaii, and over there we were in Hawaii on a tree house, yeah, and with a roofless car. So every night at 6 it was raining, and we didn't have any roof, but was a lot of fun. So here you have pictures from the Fabrica years, and time is passing with very good friends that were together with us over there. You see,
Carlos and Batman.
And Batman.
Yeah, Batman from Brazil, Carlos from Barcelona.
Well, so as promised, we didn't really explain you anything, because we're not very good with concepts. Yeah. We don't have a style. We prefer to work project by project and finding interesting ideas. And then, well, last year was a very bad year, and we would like to dedicate this talk to Taku and yes, they're not longer with us.
Yeah.
Done.
Finished.
You're free to go.
Wow, guys, such an amazing presentation. You're great, great job. So many things you did. Thank you very much.
We didn't do good. We did a lot.
You did a lot, actually. Yes, such an amazing production, different projects on different levels. Really, really fantastic. So we have a question from Jonathan. He's asking, why for you a client needs an interior design project, and what's for you is a good interior project?
If we knew what a good interior project was, we would have shown some. No, we don't know what is good. What is a beautiful girl or a beautiful boy for you? I don't know. For you is something, for me something else. What we try to do, and we always try to do that, is that we try to learn something from the projects.
Yeah. And we say always the same. So time is the best judge at the end. So if the objects or products or spaces resist well the time, it is a good sign.
Good. And I have a question for you. How did the Fabrica experience influence your future job? What did this place leave you?
Okay, listen, this is very important. I didn't want to start the lecture like this, but I have to thank Fabrica if I'm not if I'm not a small town architect, or if I'm not a teacher at Venice University, because, well, it really, really broadened my views, my desire, And I started doing things I liked. I met the people, fantastic people. Some of them, they're still with me working. I had a lot of fun. So it wasn't much. It was an opportunity to fly.
No, an opportunity to don't believe in borders. I mean, so if that you can in borders, in physical borders, in terms of
And mental.
and mental borders, in terms of if you don't know how to do something, don't worry. So you move forward and you go ahead and then you learn. If you don't know how to communicate something, don't worry. So go ahead. So if you have to go out of your comfortable zone, and then is the only way to learn something and to be positive.
I think that all the things we showed today, they're a tribute to Fabrica. No? You, Angela, said at the beginning that we're interior designer, and we didn't show an interior, basically. No, we just show projects within the projects of things that are like, are they art? Are they design? Are they product? What are they? They're the thing we like to do, and the thing that we think enrich the projects. Make the project unique, your own way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, we have many questions, I guess, from students who are just starting the profession. Well, first they ask you if you are hiring in your studio. And then
We are hiring, but we pay very little. So be
okay.
No, it's not true. Now
Okay.
it's difficult circumstances for everybody, you know.
Yeah, it's a very difficult period.
And trying to do our best, and sooner we will hire new people for sure. That they can send, everybody can send us portfolios and everything.
Great. Also, they're asking for some suggestions for those who are going to enter the job world in this period. For a young designer, do we have some clues, some suggestions?
I leave this to him.
What exactly? Young designer, I was done.
How to join the professional world? You said no, Angela. How to do it?
So can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yes. They're asking if which kind of advice or suggestion can you give to a young designer who is starting the profession now?
We already gave the bad examples. Instead of the good examples, we gave the bad examples so that they don't follow the same mistakes we did.
Okay.
So, we have nobody to recommend anything at the end. So everyone has
just be yourself. Be yourself. I mean, what is working for me probably won't work for you. And this is something that we don't like much about most of the school that are making the student all the same. You're unique. Of course, you need to learn techniques, and you need to learn. But at the end of the day, what will make you stand out is your uniqueness.
Okay. There's another nice question from Sasha, who's asking, what is your biggest failure that taught you the most in your design process? If you have a failure, of course.
Okay, we shown 100 broken chairs. That was a big one. Okay. I think it was something like 50,000 euros big. You want it bigger?
Okay, next one. Do you think a designer can be as good in interior and as in product if they have only studied one of the two?
It's like us.
I didn't study neither interior nor product.
Neither product.
And, okay, we're not good, but
we try to do our best, right?
Okay. And then there's Marich Kara, who is one of our friends. And she's asking, when are you going back to Istanbul?
When
When
do
are
we
you
come
back
back?
to Istanbul?
We're just waiting for the lira to pick up a little bit. Now it's very low. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. We're doing a project over there, marriage, and I hope we will be there in a couple of months. And just now, Turkey is a bit complicated, but we love. It's one of the country we like the best. Okay, so you buy me baklava when I come, okay?
All right, guys. So our time is finished. Thank you so much for this really inspiring lecture. I hope everybody was enjoying it. I remind the public our next appointment with the Fabrica Creative Labs, which will be on April the 7th with Bradley Hasse, who is an American film director and screenwriter. If you wish to be updated about our activities, you can follow us on our social media or subscribe to our newsletter, which you can find on our website, fabrica.it. So thank you guys again. Thank you to the audience for following us and see you soon. Bye-bye.